Are you looking for the best graphics cards? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best graphics cards on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Asus Prime GeForce RTX 5080 OC. I recently spent time with the new NVIDIA 50 series cards, and my favorite of the bunch is the RTX 5080, 8 out of 10, Wired recommends, starting at around $1,000. It's capable of high refresh 1440p gameplay in the sort of titles people play regularly, like Fortnite and Helldivers 2, while being able to leverage frame generation and DLSS 4 to make 4K gaming a possibility in some titles. Unfortunately, unless someone finds one behind a shelf in a warehouse, the Founders Edition we reviewed is likely already sold out. With that in mind, I'd recommend the Asus Prime GeForce RTX 5080 OC. I got to spend time with the RTX 5070 8/10, Wired recommends, version of the card, and I was impressed with its performance, build quality, and efficient cooling despite the relatively compact size. Best of all, you get Asus top-notch overclocking expertise, tuning your card to get the most out of it. I've spotted it in stock fairly consistently, and although it's over MSRP, so are basically all of the other RTX 5080s at the moment. This one is sitting near the bottom of the group in terms of price, while still offering important upgrades. At number 2. ASRock AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT Steel Legend. As I write this, the AMD 9000 series is out in the world, but without having spent time with the cards, I can't speak to their appeal. AMD has a real potential to take back the sub-$700 GPU segment, an important category that NVIDIA usually saves for later in each generation's release. Of the available options that have popped up in stock recently close to MSRP, I like the ASRock AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT Steel Legend, with a full metal backplate and 3-fan design. With other considerations affecting price point, limited supply, and manufacturer overclocking, I'd recommend checking out the higher-end RX 7900 XT. The starting price for each model is just $50 apart, and above $500, it feels worth it to hunt down the higher-end model if you can. I'll update here once I can secure one and run some tests. At number 3. Sapphire Pulse Radeon. Before the 50 series launch, I was using a Sapphire Pulse 7900 XT, a card I would love to recommend now, as it served me well for 2 years at 3440 by 1440 and was under $700 in June 2023. Unfortunately, it's currently hard to find in stock, and restocks will slow down considerably now that the new AMD cards are on the market. Instead, I'd reach a little further down the power scale and grab an RX 7600. While I haven't spent time with this model, I've been historically pleased with Sapphire's cards, and it should be fairly capable at 1080p in older titles, indie games, and great for your average evening of Rocket League or Minecraft. At number 4. MSI GeForce RTX 4060 Ventus 2X Black. As of early 2025, the only previous generation card I can consistently find in stock from NVIDIA is the RTX 4060, a GPU which is also approaching 2 years on the market. It was a capable card at 1080p, but it doesn't keep up quite as well with today's games, and you'll have to turn the settings down to even consider 1440p. Of the available picks, I like the MSI GeForce RTX 4060 Ventus 2X Black, a compact card with a low power requirement that should fit into basically any modern system. MSI has a great track record for reliable, straightforward graphics cards, and this one is in stock and recently discounted. Of the two, I think the AMD is a better buy, even though its performance is slightly less impressive on paper than the RTX 4060. At the sub-$500 price point, a $100 price difference can be massive, so keep an eye out for discounts to make sure you're getting the best deal, especially as these generations begin to close out. At number 5. Intel Arc B580. Intel's Arc B580 results from years of effort to create a more powerful graphics card to compete with AMD and NVIDIA. It is a major step up in overall performance, with impressive generational improvements enabling it to outperform the AMD Radeon RX 7600 and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060. Best of all, it's also the most affordable of these 3 graphics cards, at least at MSRP, slated to sell at a $249 starting price and undercutting the competition. While the B580 is a capable graphics solution, it's best suited for running games at 1080p settings with maxed out settings. You can also push the card to run games at 1440p or 4K, but you'll need to reduce the graphics settings in most modern games to maintain a steady frame rate. It could still serve as a budget-friendly option for gaming at those higher resolutions, but if you want to enjoy running your games with topped-out graphics settings, or close to it, with the B580, you're better off sticking to 1080p. The B580, costing just $249, is arguably the best value graphics card option of the moment, until you reach the $400 price point. At number 6. AMD Radeon RX 7600. AMD's Radeon RX 7600, based on the company's RDNA 3 architecture, drives excellent performance at 1080p resolution. It has improved ray tracing performance, improved core count, and improved clock speed versus its predecessor. On top of that, the card has 8GB of GDDR6 RAM, which is just right for 1080p gaming. Best of all, if you can find it at MSRP, the card can be picked up for as little as $269, significantly more affordable than many faster options. If you're looking to get the most out of a 1080p gaming monitor for as little as possible, then the Radeon RX 7600 is best for you. While its performance at 1440p and 4K is lackluster, you can run most games at peak settings while maintaining a solid 60 frames per second at 1080p. Running at higher frame rates is as easy as turning down the graphics settings lightly or enabling AMD's FSR tech in games that support it. You'll have to choose if you want stunning graphics or faster refresh rates at 1080p, but this card will give you one of the two with ease, and both, in some games.